happy 30th anniversary. Bax.
Thanks.
Bax has been on the air here for 30 years, and I've come up with a little bit of something here
You
to
have?
commemorate this day.
Okay.
So if you could play some music for me, please, Maestro. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, devoted listeners, the fine folks over at Plimpton and Hills, and of course, that one guy who still thinks Bax and I stormed the Capitol just to leave a big patriotic Duke on Nancy Pelosi's desk. Yeah, it was definitely Pumpkinhead. We're gathered here this morning to celebrate a truly momentous occasion. A milestone so impressive, so rare, so utterly inexplicable that it defies all logic and reason. That's right. Bax has been on the air at Rock 102 for 30 years. 30 years! That's longer than most careers, longer than most marriages, and significantly longer than anyone predicted once they heard Bax attempt to read a clock.
Including myself.
Honestly, if you had told me back in 1995, when I was a junior in high school, that he'd still be doing this today, I would have said, wow, even with that view from the couch thing that nobody understands what he says at the end of it? What is that thing you say at the end of the view from the couch?
I'm Bax, and that's my view from the couch.
And yet, here we are celebrating 3 decades of Bax's radio career. And along the way, he even got inducted into the Massachusetts Broadcasters Hall of Fame, a title that sounds impressive on paper, but really is just one step above a bagged lunch at a Marriott on Route 3 out in the eastern part of the state. It's hardly the highlight of the morning. It's the fact that he's been around this long, even if he still struggles with telling the time, that truly deserves our attention. But that aside, I must ask an important, pressing, deeply philosophical question. Why have we not made this about me yet? Because let's be honest, we could talk about Bax's career all day long, but that would mean ignoring the real turning point in radio history. The day Bax made the single greatest decision of his life. The decision that changed everything. The day he hired me, Steve Nagel. That was the day this show started evolving. The day morning radio went from background noise to absolute must-listen entertainment. Before I came along, this show is just Bax and a curmudgeon who made mornings feel like you were waiting 45 minutes for a fishamajig at Friendly's, and even when it was served, it was still ice cold in the middle. Then I arrived, and suddenly, boom! There was life! There was humor! There was a co-host who actually knows what time it is! Because let's be real, before me, every morning is a gamble. Bax telling you the time was like rolling the dice. Listeners would hear him say, it's 7:45, and then they'd start panicking. Did I oversleep? Am I in the wrong time zone? Did daylight savings begin early? What year is it? And that's part of the fun. Bax brings a level of suspense to mornings that few can match. But I bring something even greater. I bring charisma. I bring undeniable, world-altering talent. I bring strikingly good looks. When people turn on the radio and hear me, they don't just hear a co-host. They hear hope. They hear brilliance. They hear a man who single-handedly took this show from something you listen to while you're hijacking the beanstalk to a cultural institution. Now, I'm not saying Bax wouldn't still be here without me. That would be unfair. I mean, I'm sure he'd probably still be here, but doing what exactly? Presenting the mass hat? Presenting sound clips for Now Hear This? Because if you think about it, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it kicks you in the nuts. The Bax of life. That's not a career, that's just gaslighting an entire region full of people. But in all seriousness, credit where credit is due, 30 years of showing up, even if you don't always know what time it is an achievement. So today, I graciously allow this moment to be about him a little. But let's not forget, while we celebrate Bax's legacy, we're also witnessing the rise of another. Mine, Steve Nagel. So Bax, congratulations on 30 years. You've done something truly amazing, and while I could say this show wouldn't be the same without you, we all know who the real talent here is in the room. So let's raise a glass
Yes, raise it.
to Steve Nagel. And I guess Bax, too.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's got to get a tear in my eye and a lump in my throat.
Yeah, well, if you're into this kind of thing, I got a buddy. Thank you.
It's 6 Rock 102.